So, now, yesterday we did this example, and we were trying to understand the directions. We're going to take it one more time, so that I'm sure that you caught it. Because yesterday I rushed off as soon as we had to do Vichujaya and I had to see the person. So, do you remember we were analyzing the directions from Aruda Lagna? Where's the Aruda Lagna here? In Taurus, let's see. Lagna is Cancer. Moon is in 6th therefrom. 6th therefrom is Taurus. This is Aruda Lagna. The first thing you should be thinking about is, what is Rahu doing on Aruda Lagna for a spiritual person?
This is Aurobindo's chant.
Yes. This is Aurobindo's chant. Shri Aurobindo Gose. He was very spiritual. How can Rahu be on Aruda Lagna? This Ketu in 7th will dominate. Aruda Lagna could shift here. So the first things we should think about is this. It could be a shift happening here. Okay? Okay? Some things which are good to know in this regard. Sometimes this shift can happen because of one's birth. The first graha is the sun, right? Right? Who is the 5th graha there from? In Vara Chakra? Jupiter. Who's the 5th graha from that in Vara Chakra? Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. Ketu, right? So 3rd graha in this scheme is Ketu. See what I'm doing? First graha is Sun. Then I counted 5th from Sun in Vara Chakra. That's Jupiter. Then I counted 5th from Jupiter in Vara Chakra. That's Ketu. Okay? So the 3rd one in this scheme that I'm using is 5th count. 5th count is for what? Children. It's for children. The 3rd one is Ketu in this children scheme. So if he's the 3rd born, Ketu can be stronger. If it was first born and Sun was in one of these signs, that would be stronger.
So that would be like if for instance, let's say Mangal was in Taurus and it fell on and Sun was in Scorpio.
Yes.
And for some peculiar reason, Surya was stronger. Then you would take that for the firstborn and then see for the secondborn whether it's the same case, and you will do the same kind of reckoning.
Well, you could infer that, like if we have twins charts, for example. One is firstborn, one is secondborn. For the firstborn, Sun will be stronger. Jupiter will be stronger for the secondborn. Ketu will be stronger for the thirdborn. After Ketu comes, Ketu, Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury.
Can I ask you a question? Why are we counting 5? Because they are Scythians, why not 3?
Because when we talk of the children's scheme, they follow in this order. Try and draw the whole chakra. This is a chakra. We call it the Putra chakra, if you will call it that exact. Sutra chakra. Sun is the first one. Write it down.
Okay.
Then comes second one, Jupiter. Third one, Ketu. Fourth one, Mercury. Fifth one,
Rahu. No.
Let's see. Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn. Rahu is the 5th one. Correct? Rahu. Remember. Okay.
Mars.
After Rahu,
Mars.
Correct. Mars then?
Saturn.
Correct.
Moon.
After Saturn, Moon. Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Sun. Moon. Correct.
Venus.
After Moon, Venus.
I missed something. What we are doing right?
I start from the first graha.
Yes.
And I count 5th therefrom in weekday order. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the 5th one. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the 5th one.
So if you follow the Putra chakra,
So
then the next one. From Thursday I count again 5. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Rahu, Ketu.
but what is the relation with this Aruda Lagna right now?
I will tell you. We use this for children. All children.
Mm-hmm.
An order of children. The firstborn is like the sun.
Mm-hmm.
The secondborn is like Jupiter. The thirdborn is like Ketu. Fourthborn is like Mercury. 8th-born is like Moon. Krishna was the 8th-born, right?
No, 7 is the
Yes.
Is the 8th-born.
What
He
is
was
the
I
the
7?
don't understand why 5 and not 3. I mean, in Saptamsha we count 3 from 5th. Or
Mhm.
from
We use
Nine
third. We use the third cycle for rishis, not for children. So
So we
Did
don't
you
use
catch
it
this
for
properly? I
Septamsha
think-
as
Yes,
well.
I catch 60s Mars and 70s.
let us see. You let's go. Sun, Jupiter, then Mercury,
Rahu.
then Rahu, then Mars, then Saturn, then Moon, then Venus is the ninth one.
Are there also the non-born person,
What?
non-born babies?
Unborn are also indicated by this. Yes, like if you had pregnancies, if your mother had pregnancies before you, that'll be indicated here also.
For example, abortions
Abortions, yes, yes.
can be counted.
Like for example, in your case, you have Ketu in 7th from Arura Lagna.
Hmm.
Maybe your mother had 2 pregnancies before you were born.
Many pregnancies. I heard
Yes, maybe it's more than that.
Mhm.
But let's assume it was 2. Let's assume. Then you would be third born.
Mhm.
Then you are Ketu.
Mhm.
Then Ketu is stronger in your chart. And your Arura Lagna is like Scorpio, not Taurus.
Mhm.
See that? He has the same situation. We discovered yesterday he was the third born. We don't know about other pregnancies. But he has 2 elder siblings. This Arura is stronger than Taurus.
But Guruji, with either this is going very fast, or I'm still not totally awake yet. Probably it's me. But you said he's the third born, Sri Aurobindo, right?
Hmm.
But his mother may have had other pregnancies
Yes.
before him.
We don't know.
But we still reckon that he's the third born.
No. We don't know.
Yes, we don't.
We don't know from what history we've been given. We don't know, but it's a good assumption, right? He has Ketu over here, and he did become
So
spiritual.
what can we do? What can we use this Putra Chakra for then?
We can use it, among other things, to see. Sometimes you'll sit with a client. You'll clarify. Wait, I think this Aruda is stronger. Okay. By any chance, do you know how many pregnancies were before you? And they will say, okay, I think this was so many. I have so many other siblings. Maybe you will look at the chart and say, no, I think there's one more pregnancy. Ask your mother. They might clarify. Yes, it's so. There is one more pregnancy. Then you can confirm. You can make these inferences. Like, I didn't know that Aurobindo was the third born. I didn't know. I looked at his chart and I saw Ketu's there. I think that he's the third born.
Yes.
I'm making this inference because I know he's spiritual. Somebody may have the same lagna, firstborn. There will be no change.
So we use it more for clarification purposes rather
Yes,
than
we
actual.
use it for clarification purposes.
Hmm.
And you should ask the client to be sure. You cannot say, yes, this will be the case.
That's
Not
exception,
based on
not
this.
not a rule. That is exception,
Yes.
which doesn't have a rule when does it occur. Maybe in highly evolved persons, but not a rule. And if
To
it is
clarify, we will use D3. But we cannot confirm from Rashi. But it's good to ask. It's good to ask. Alright? Isn't it interesting? In one shot, you can say, no, this Arula is stronger, this one don't. See everything from here.
In the twins, for astrology, I think so. Is when appear this is the firstborn, no? Because some people think the second child is more elders.
Yes.
older,
But
yes.
nothing- Yeah, no?
There
The
will find
first
you it's not somewhere about
change,
that.
no? Change now. I understand.
Change what?
Yeah. If there are twins, the first
Oh.
which goes out is actually the second born
Yes, yes.
because this one is older and deeper in mother's
Yes.
womb.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, twins, yes.
That's
That's
anyway-
right. That's right.
Yes.
That's
For
anyway how they
astrology,
normally do it.
the same point.
Same point.
Tak. Yeah.
But we can open a prashna.
Yes, you can.
It's very easy.
This is not about doing things easier. This is doing things right.
Yeah.
Yes, you can open a prashna.
But we are
Yes, you can open the drakana.
But we are not
You do many
assuming.
things. Huh?
Maybe he is the third one.
It's a good assumption. He is spiritual.
I mean, we could make it very easy by just calling the mother because she will know if anybody.
Yes.
For my case,
In
for
your case,
example, it's unknown.
it's unknown. We don't know. We can open your drakana chart. And we can see if there were children before you. Okay? We can.
Yeah, I have a sister, big sister.
You have one elder sister. No more.
Meanwhile, I am in pregnancy. I heard about.
You had a pregnancy. Was there?
No, my mother's pregnancy. Then.
Yes.
Many.
Many, not just one.
No.
So maybe you could be what? Mars is what? The 7th born? Mars is 6th born. It's possible. It's possible.
How is Mars' Aruna?
Hmm?
How can be? Huh? It's
Because Mars
Scorpio.
lords
Huh.
Scorpio also. See that?
You are making me Scorpio Ardana.
You are Scorpio Ruru Lagna. I didn't choose that. You chose that. You think you have a Jupiter and Rahu on your Lagna?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think you have Ketu and Ruru Lagna.
But I'm not so
Material
spiritual.
ruler, spiritual ruler. Not spiritual. So this person who's ringing the bell for Jagannath and offering food to him every day is not spiritual. That's God-fearing. God-fearing. Okay?
Yes, God.
Yes, God-fearing. How much enlightenment we have about spirituality is a different subject. That one does something spiritual means that Ketu gets stronger than Rahu. Had Rahu been stronger, you would not be here. Okay, so based on this,
Beautiful.
My directions also change now.
yes, they do. Good. Good change. Good change.
In that case, if Ketu is the Aruda, then Moon is in 12th, not in 2nd, if we're checking about his spiritual path. Or just generally Aruda.
We will wait with that. That's part of the next class on the Padas. Okay? Then we'll discuss Ketu, going back and forward and whatnot. Discuss Ketu Viparitam and stuff. Now,
Excuse me, another thing. Rahu and Ketu are very opposite, so maybe it is easy to make a distinction
Yes.
between spirituality and
Yes.
material life. But let's say we have there like Moon and Venus and
Mhm.
some
yes.
easygoing planets, and we still don't know. Can we
Yes.
use this the same rule for that? Maybe he doesn't fit. Maybe according to chakra he is supposed to be fifth child and he's the second child. I mean, does this exception?
We cannot say who's which number child here. We cannot. We cannot decide that. I'm the firstborn. I know this for sure. And from my rural Lagna, Sun is not in 1st or 7th.
So it is not important, or it is
It
important?
helps to decide if if the other is stronger. It helps. It's an assistance. It may not show. It may show. Okay? Because this graha will be your janma graha. It dominates your birth. Your whole life will be dominated by that graha. You're moving in that direction all the time. Okay? Oh, I shouldn't have given the secret so early, but okay. Now you have it. It's a good secret. Make sure you have it noted down somewhere for future reference. Okay? It's your birth graha. Janma graha.
But he was not only spiritual, he was doing some acts of violence, right?
Yes. At first he
So-
was doing that. So maybe he was born over here. Maybe he was born with Scorpio Ruda being stronger, because he was the third born, we assume. Then with time he decided, no, I'll become a freedom fighter and fight for India. Because you have Rahu Ketu here, he can go back and forth and shift between these.
Jupiter, Mars, and Lagna is the same dilemma
Yes, you could infer that. Peace or war.
between peace and
Spirituality, material life. He's shifting between these. Generally, you see an Aruda with equal planets in both signs. They're shifting between them, especially if the nodes are there. They're just jumping between this Aruda, this Aruda, this Aruda, this Aruda. Born here, go here, start working, go back here. They do this. They really do. People do this in life. And it's very drastic. Because what happened? We know he's the third born. So this must be stronger. Then his family sends him to England to study, to be a proper gentleman, to learn the arts, to be cultured, have proper education. Isn't this stronger? Ketu is a beggar. Rahu is very elegant, very intelligent, very cultured. He knows which wines to pick, I say all the time. Okay?
Hedge fund manager.
Hedge fund, maybe. It's not so clear that way. So this is a very, very well cultured person. Rahu is exalted in Taurus over here. It's very well cultured. Can be very patriotic also. Because it's Taurus. Taurus is very patriotic. Right. He was a writer. He was a journalist. And he was publishing a magazine. So what's happening over here with this Rahu? Now we say What are the fruits from this Taurus Aruda? The fruits from this Taurus Aruda are Venus is in Digbala. Saturn is having some half Digbala. It's not strong. From the 7th, he's next to it. Half. You know? So this Venus is saying, I will give you the fruits of this world. Okay? Alright. Now, we know from yesterday that this Venus can be blocked in this direction. To find out if Venus is blocked in this direction, we should find the 4th graha from him in Bhara Chakra. So we try. Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu is the 4th. Okay. So that means I have to now analyze Ketu in this chart to see if this Venus is truly going to open its doors for him. Okay? If he's well placed, he'll open the doors. If he's badly placed, he'll close the doors. That is the first thing I must think. Is Ketu going to open or close the doors for this Venus? So let's analyze Ketu. Ketu is well placed. He's in the 5th house of known sign. So what will be your first prediction? Open doors, right? Open doors. Ketu will open doors according to this. But, now there's a big but here. Why? When he decides to open this door, when Ketu says, yes, I will open the doors,
His Aruda changes.
the Aruda can shift back to Ketu over here. Because if Ketu says, yes, I will open the door for Venus, he's in the 7th from Aruda Lagna, I will make this Rahu disappear. Had Rahu not been on Aruda Lagna, this may not have been a problem. But this Ketu is here. So, when this Ketu decides, I will open the doors, he will say, no, Rahu, I'm going to be stronger. So Aruda goes back here. What happens to this direction?
So
Disappeared.
Venus.
Okay? This is
No,
an
And
odd
then-
situation.
the change because
Venus is
sun-
no longer functioning.
the
He
sun-
cannot give the direction because the ruler went over here.
Yeah, the sun is in.
Yeah, that's what we'll infer later on. We'll infer that. What you should be thinking is, Ketu is over here, Aruda will shift here. Malefics in 5th house are very bad for one's freedom. They are. It's not good for freedom. On top of that, this Ketu is having Rashi Drishti on Mars in Lagna. And this Mars Ketu Yoga is now Pishacha Yoga. See that? And this happens in 12th from Atmakaraka, which involves his freedom. So this Mars Ketu Yoga is in 12th from Atmakaraka and puts him in jail. So what did Ketu want? Take away Venus's direction, go over here, start this yoga and go to jail. See that?
Did it wait until some maturity time? Ketu time? Cancer?
It was linked, the dasha was linked to cancer.
Vimshotari dasha.
Narayan dasha, also Vimshotri dasha, I think it was either Mars or Jupiter, one of these two. Anta dasha. Okay, so he comes over here now. He's sitting over here, he's sitting in jail. What's he going to do? Jupiter can take him out of jail because we know the benefic in 12th from Atmakaraka can take you out of jail. The benefic here, Jupiter, is battling Mars. So this Mars is keeping him in jail, Jupiter takes him out. Alright. So Ketu. Now see directions from Ketu.
Sun.
Sun is there.
Ten.
But from Ketu we count in reverse.
Ah, okay.
Remember the other day I said Ketu count in reverse? Right?
No Rahu. Ketu.
So it's Shukra.
Ketu only.
Only Ketu.
So
only Ketu.
we're back to the same.
So now Venus is again in 4th from Aruda Lagna. The count in reverse.
But that's a planet, that's not
Yeah,
a
that's the
Ruda
problem.
Lagna. Ketu is, we reversed the Ruda Lagna, and the Ruda Lagna is fixed thing. Ketu is the planet which is inside.
Yes,
We are
good
not
argument.
we are not
That's a
counting.
good argument. That's a proper argument. And to this I say, if we don't count in reverse, then he's not spiritual.
Question, if Ketu is in the Ruda Lagna, does it always imply spirituality or it can imply some other things?
You can also be a big liar and you'll come forward. Did you understand my point?
Yeah.
If he's not spiritual, we come forward from this. If it becomes spiritual, we have to come backwards. We're forced. So from Ketu, we now come backwards again, and Aruda Lagna's everything is reversed. What will happen if this is reversed? Who's the Karaka for Aruda Lagna?
Sun.
Do you understand this? The Aruda Lagna has a Karaka, and that's the moon. Because Aruda Lagna is all about society, so it's the moon.
Okay.
So, if I treat this as Aruda Lagna and I count in reverse, where's the moon placed from here?
12.
12th. If moon is in 12th from Aruda Lagna, it is complete loss of Raja Yoga. All Raja Yogas are destroyed by that one position. One moon in 12th from Aruda Lagna, Raja Yogas end. Ready for sannyas.
So that's how we can reckon whether he'll become spiritual or not.
No, that's how we can reckon if you become poor or not. Okay.
Well,
Ready
no.
for sannyas means you've lost everything. So moon is very important from Aruda. It can also happen if Aruda Lagna is in Cancer. Keep that in mind. Because moon lost the 12th from it. Sorry, Leo. Aruda Lagna is in Leo, moon lost 12th from it. Unless moon is replaced.
Yeah, I have no fear.
Ah, I thought you'd be thinking that.
It took me like 5 seconds to get it, and then 2 seconds of fear, and then you said that, so I'm fine.
Ah, good. So yeah. So now who's got the right direction? Venus. Again southeast. But it's joined other planets, so they'll dominate the direction finally. Okay? Good. Good.
He didn't become all that old, though.
Venus is direction, right? Yesterday I taught you Badak for directions, and I taught you protection for a direction. Who will protect Venus's direction? How will we find that?
9 from him.
9 from him in the Vara chakra. So count 9. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, wait,
No.
we have
Rahu.
to take Rahu.
Rahu
Yeah.
and
Friday, Saturday, Rahu, Ketu, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 9th one is Thursday.
Guru.
So Jupiter is protecting Venus's direction. Now look at Jupiter. Look at Jupiter, guys. What is Jupiter doing here?
Exalt.
He's being exalted.
What did we say about Jupiter? What did Jupiter do for him? There was this battle going on between Mars and Jupiter. Mars put him in jail, Jupiter took him out of jail.
Yeah.
Ah, it's all linked. So when he has to go Venus' direction, Jupiter will protect him, and Jupiter takes him out of jail also.
Angiras.
Hmm?
Angiras.
Angirasa
Angiras.
or Shiva.
So he has to do Om Namah Shivaya, and then he'll be fine.
Venus direction means sun direction.
Yes. It's because they join. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
did he go to east?
Did he go to east? I don't know when he was in prison.
He went from, I think he was in prison in Calcutta.
Yeah?
And then he
Pondicherry is more like south, right?
southeast.
Southwest actually. It is southwest.
No.
East is
East, it's in east because if you go down.
Calcutta's already in east.
Yeah, that's right.
So southwest, right?
Southwest.
Who's southwest? Which graha?
Rahu.
Oh, Rahu has also got deep power. Okay.
But
Ah.
did he go to in jail in southwest area?
No, he went to jail in east, and from there he left and went southwest to Pondicherry.
I suppose, you know.
After prison.
Yeah. I don't know where he lived at the time. What's important for you to know is how the grahas are working in the chart. Initially he went first one place and then he went to Pondicherry, by the way. He didn't start in Pondicherry. I don't know where that was.
So Aruda's changing. You said, not fixing in something. Same time.
Those are not fixed, yes. But it's not easy. They don't just change just like that. It's not easy to change. I'll show you how to change them with mantras and everything. But it's not easy to change them.
So sometimes behaving like Taurus, sometimes behaving like
But not,
Scorpio.
yes, but for long periods of time. This can be for a few years, then this a few years. It's not like from day to day.
Depending on dashas maybe.
Yes, also on dasha. Like if he runs this dasha, this will try to get stronger. If he runs this dasha, this will get stronger. This is both Vimshotri and Narayan dasha. Both. Okay? If you have nodes in first or seventh from Aruda Ragna, their dashas are a bit problematic because they are trying to shift the Aruda. And shifting the Aruda means change your entire life. Okay? You had one life before, you'll have one life after. Whole life will change. It's not healthy. It's like being uprooted out, then put your roots back in again. It's not easy. You should strengthen what is fixed, what you want to have. Because even let's say a spiritual person, Ketu Naru Lagna, Rahu's over there. Rahu Dasha starts, he will try to pull you. He'll try to pull you. Try to pull you. And if he succeeds, you will lose a lot of resources in this world. You could lose job, you could lose money, family, everything. In trying to go over there. So it's better to keep yourself strong where you are. If you like where you are, stay there. If a client is happy where they are, let them stay there. There's a remedy where you worship the Aditya. I'll tell you how to do that later. You understood this again?
Bhagwan Shri Krishna.
Is it clear to you this?
It's a little bit blurry.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Nein, Litzbay.
Perfect.
Litzbay, yeah.
Litzbay.
No.
Okay, that seems very clear to me now.
Yeah.
All right? Okay? Any grass having Digbala from Lagna?
Jupiter. Sorry.
Shani.
Venus, Saturn.
Yeah. Shani is
Shani.
Saturn has most Digbala, right? For the Yuga avatar, ninth lord must be Digbala. Ninth lord is Shani in Digbala. Yuga avatar must have ninth lord in Digbala. Must. Because they have to uphold Dharma. How will they get the knowledge of how to uphold Dharma? Who is going to bless them with that knowledge? There must be a Devata blessing them. And that's a Digpala. Digpalas function in this world. They govern the directions of this world. Whose blessing is this Saturn? Which Devata? Varuna. Varuna has a very specific function. What is his special, you can call it power?
Trapping souls. is
Something
one
more
of-
rudimentary.
Rain.
Not
No.
rain. He has a similar activity as Poseidon. He rules the ocean. He governs the ocean. Do you know how the city of Dwaraka was formed? He made the ocean recede. Then they built the entire city. Then at his will, he let the ocean come back and take the city. Power of Varuna. So when you analyze Sri Krishna's chart and that story, this is the power he has. Varuna. Power of the seas. Power of the waters. Another thing a yoga avatar must have. That ninth lord which is in Digbala must have some link to the Abhijit Rashi. Why? Abhijit Rashi is the karma God wants you to do.
Because he's been incarnated to
His incarnation is for the purpose of Dharma. So his ninth lord must also be linked to the Abhijit Rashi. Abhijit Rashi is fourth from Sun. Fourth from Sun here is, Sun is in Leo. Fourth from Sun is
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Saturn is there, which is the ninth lord in Digbala from Lagna. Perfect.
Abhijit Rashi is fourth from
Sun.
Sun.
That's the time when we worship Vishnu, fourth from Sun. When the Lagna is fourth from Sun, let's say we say that's Abhijit Muhurta, the time when we worship Vishnu. Midday. Lastly, one last criteria is required. You have two, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ninth lord must be linked to the Yuga Rashi. That means whichever Yuga this person is the Yuga avatar from, that ninth lord must be linked to that Rashi. So Krishna is supposed to be the Yuga avatar for Kali Yuga. He was born in Dwapara Yuga, and he's supposed to be the Yuga avatar for Kali Yuga. Capricorn is the Yuga Rashi for Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
Is there a link between ninth lord and Capricorn?
Most certainly.
How?
It loads the
Lords
nine.
It loads it, but more appropriately there's Parivartana, see?
It's better.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
So when he passed, the Kali Yuga started.
Yes. Because of this. What shows in this chart that he gave the Gita?
The Guru Shishya Yoga.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that this Guru Sisha Yoga is within 1 degree of each other?
No. Yes, I've seen it before.
You've seen it before, yes. Within 1 degree has a very special connotation. What is that? That those two planets are in?
Planetary war.
They're in war with each other. So when will he give the Gita? In a war. Why was it necessary for Arjuna to be sitting in the battlefield? There's the entire army in front, there's the entire army back. Arjuna's scared, thinking, oh my God, how can I fight these people? And there he gives the Gita to him. Couldn't they have done it peacefully in some house? Why do they have to do it there? Because of this planetary war. That Guru Sisha Yoga is in planetary war. If the Guru Sisha Yoga is in the 5th house from Lagna, if it is in 5th house from Lagna, then that Guru Sisha Yoga will start a new parampara. A new tradition will come from there. If that yoga has Jupiter in 5th house from Lagna, a new tradition, a new lineage will start from there. The Bhagavad Gita started a whole lineage. All the lineages come from the Bhagavad Gita that we know today. So who is going to restart a tradition? Jupiter in 5th house. The criteria is Jupiter must be in 5th. There could be Jupiter, Mercury along 5th and 11th. They could have other yogas with each other, but Jupiter must be in 5th.
Other placements will mean in continuation.
Yes, continuation of a lineage which is already there. Like I have it in 12th house. I'm not starting something new. I'm just continuing.
But isn't it supposed to be in the word 1st, 5th or 8th for it to be, no. For it to be really like functional 1st, 5th or 8th house. Or that some other principle of that.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't recall it now at least. Because this is joined Aruda Lagna, it means this is what he must manifest. How do we see what a person must manifest from Aruda Lagna?
Abhij.
Abhijit.
Abhimukha.
Abhimukha.
Sorry, Abhimukha.
Remember we learned that?
Mm-hmm.
Abhipashyanti rikshani parshvabecha. Must like have it on your tongue.
That's what I meant to say.
Abhipashyanti
the whole
rikshani
thing.
parshvabecha.
No, Abhimukha. I didn't say it, but the
Okay.
rest of it.
So look, the Aruda Lagna is in Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Abhimukha then?
Sagittarius.
No,
Abhimukha is
it's Gemini.
Gemini. There's no Graha here. So see the Lord,
It's the same.
and the Lord is Mercury and Jupiter, so this is what he must manifest. Hey, Krishna did it, so we must also learn how to do it, right? We must manifest our Abhimukha. He did it.
He did have a lot of help though.
Yeah, he has 16 colors of the moon on his head, so he knew he had to do it.
And being God also helped a little
That's why he knew how to do it.
Let's make it a little bit
bit. Little bit easier, huh?
Hey, Ram was not sure.
Yeah. He had that
Rama
Ketu.
was in doubt.
He had that Ketu in 12th. Yeah.
No, this moon that Rama had on his Lagna, Rama also had moon on Lagna. He just wasn't having that much strength like Krishna. We actually say Rama had 14 kalas. That means in 14 divisional charts out of 16, moon was blessing his Lagna. That's a lot. But Krishna had all 16. All 16 divisional charts.
60.
1 6.
16.
So Ram was not a full incarnation of Vishnu.
He was a Purna avatar, but not as much awareness that he was an avatar. Okay. So what does that mean? If you have moon associated with the Lagna and all divisional charts, all 16, 1 6, then it gives a lot of awareness, right? Awareness, consciousness.
Awareness.
As many divisional charts, as much are you aware. Okay? Krishna is the only one who has this. What does it also mean? If there's one graha which associates with your lagna in all divisional charts, that graha will give you awareness. If you do mantras and meditate on it, it will give you that awareness. Now that is interesting, isn't it? Oh.
What classification? The planet, one example, the moon.
Drishti, Rashi, Drishti, Lordship, any yoga. Anything that you can get some small knowledge from that divisional chart. Little bit, just a little bit. Be like this, please. Just one divisional chart. 2, oh, thank you, God. 3, oh, you're so happy. 16,
16.
last life, no problem. You know everything.
Yes, but moon, one example, in which worship the moon.
With moon, you just have to think, then it
Because
happens.
yeah.
Okay, so in Krishna, he just had to be born, then it started. No, with other grahas, you do bija mantra, meditate.
Bija mantra, 8 grahas.
Isn't this a very nice secret I've given you?
Yes.
Started talking about it yesterday.
I know. Isn't it a nice secret? Now you know the dictum for it. Krishna is the dictum for it.
So in the break now, we're all going to open our divisional charts and check.
Yeah, you should put all divisional charts in front of you and see, okay, one at a time. 1 graha. No. 2 grahas. Okay. Third graha, let's see. 4th graha. Check. You just need 1. But you have to strengthen him. For moon, it's automatic. Sorry?
Doesn't he have also Vargotama like in 16 charts, no?
Something.
Vargotama
Yeah,
Lagna.
moon and Lagna
Or,
are exactly joined.
But not
Exactly
Vargotama
joined.
Lagna
Moon and Lagna in 16 charts.
Yes.
together. It doesn't have to be in Taurus. It doesn't have to be.
They just will be together.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Да, защото са не между.
What a secret.
But he was an amazing guy.
But I think I heard of that before.
So this is a different way of applying Digbala. Okay.
I think I know, but I can't remember.
Which are the planet?
Yeah, I borrowed your computer last night for that.
Yes.
Ah, you already checking last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what
But
connects
the
all your
visual-
divisional charts?
The visual planet.
Do you have a graha connecting all of them?
No, not all of them. It's not all of them.
Also, like it's just close. Just about there. Fine.
I count once Shani. maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Shani, how's it connected to your Lagna and Rashi?
No.
Ah, see, at least it has to be connected to Lagna and Rashi. We normally start small. Rashi and Avamsa Drakana. If you have that, it's Raja Yoga. Then we go a bit further. To see
But-
higher states of enlightenment.
If one graha is connecting with 16 is the 8 people, avatar
Mhm.
or Santil person.
It means that if the graha gets activated, if you're able to activate it through mantra, see, other grahas will not do it automatically. Only moon will do it automatically. And moon's so nitty picky, he won't just give you like that, because he has to be either in first or seventh from Lagna, or Lord the Lagna, and that's listening the criteria a lot. Mars and Jupiter and Rahu and Saturn, they have more drishti. There's more likelihood of you getting their blessings on your head.
Is it just with the Lagna or the Lord as well? Lagna, Lord.
It can, if it's with Lagna Lord, it's almost.
Then
Not
you're just
really.
about grabbing it.
Almost. It's like somebody else has to, like I said the other day, Lagna Lord means somebody else is teaching you. It's not on your own. Somebody else gives you the knowledge. You don't get it on your own. That's Lagna Lord.
So we're looking at Rasi Dirishta or Duradi
Anything.
Anything, any little thing.
Just a little bit. Please.
Anything.
Something.
Anything God.
Small trickles of drop, please.
So would the opposite also be true, that if you have no connection whatsoever in any divisional chart, you're completely lacking awareness of anything?
You're already lacking awareness of everything.
Vitriol here, okay.
So, I mean, come on, honestly, do you have any idea what's going on in your Navamsha? Zero. Can you see everything your spouse is doing all the time? No.
Just have
You
to-
cannot. You barely have awareness of your Rashi. You know, I asked my Guruji, if Krishna has 16 and Rama 14, how much can we humans have just by birth? I said, quarter.
If you're lucky, that is.
If you're lucky, yes, quarter.
The picture of planet.
Imagine. You barely have awareness of everything going on in your Rashi.
Yeah. And you still wouldn't say that he had an advantage being God. Whatever.
Jagannath
Do
Rekha
you
now?
take Pakalagna Lord in consideration in Russia chart? I just
Raja Yoga
sure
Jagannath.
if I can start from that point.
Huh? Sorry?
Can I take the Pakalagna Lord in Rashi chart or I cannot take it?
Like I said, then somebody else gives you knowledge. It's alright.
Mm-hmm.
Your Guru will land up on your doorstep every day and teach you.
Mercury and Mars are like,
Give me plain tick, no problem. So, is ninth Lord in Digbala in Rama's chart?
Yes.
Who's ninth Lord?
Jupiter.
Jupiter is ninth Lord and it is in Lagna in Digbala. Good. Is it in Abhijit Rashi, this
Yes.
Jupiter?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it works. Okay, good. All right. We'll test one more. One more, to be sure. So, does it have any connection, this Jupiter fellow, to the Yuga Rashi?
Yes.
Ninth one. Fourth from the sun.
Yes, we have that. Ninth Lord in Digbala, in Abhijit Rashi. Now, is Jupiter linked to the Yuga Rashi? Which Yuga did he come from? Krishna is the avatar for Kali Yuga. Which avatar is he for?
Before the
Before that, which one was that?
sun. Sun.
Satya? No, not Satya.
Trata.
Treta Yuga.
Treta Yuga.
Okay. But he was born in Treta Yuga. So that means he should be avatar for Dwapara.
Right.
Like Krishna, he was born in Dwapara, so he should be the avatar for Kali. So tell me, which signs are Dwapara? Let's see. Satya Yuga. First one is
it's Aries.
fiery signs.
Fire sign, yes.
Then Treta Yuga is
Air sign.
watery signs.
Ah.
Dwapara is airy signs. And finally Kali is earthy signs. Right?
Yeah.
Of which the movable signs are the Yuga Rashi. So Aries is for Satya Yuga, Cancer is for Treta Yuga, Libra is for Dwapara, and finally Capricorn, Makara for Kali. So I repeat,
Yes.
is Jupiter connected to the Yuga Rashi?
Cancer.
Tetra Cancer.
It's in Cancer. Which Yuga is Cancer?
Trata.
Tetra.
What do you think?
Yes. So then what? According to our calculations, you were supposed to have been born in Treta and be the avatar for Dwapara. Right?
Mm.
But here it should indicate that he's the avatar for Treta itself, which means he could be born in Satya. The chart reveals something extremely important. In this Manvantara, in this era, this age, the two yugas, Treta and Dwapara, are put upside down, reversed. It's only this Dwapara.
So it's actually right. One came before the other instead of in the normal sequence.
Mm-hmm.
They reversed.
Yes.
Just Dwapara and Treta, but in that case he could have been born in Dwapara and again before.
That means, in this case, it's like being born in Dwapara and be the avatar for Treta.
Uh-huh.
And then Krishna was born in Treta and being the avatar for Kali. You understand this weird thing? It's a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
But the Yuga Rashis are reversed for this era, this age.
Why in this Manvantara?
What is that?
Some exceptions, I don't know why. But the charts reveal it.
Yeah, of course.
They say in the scripture these are reversed. This current time period. Now we know why, the charts say so. So you can clarify whole scriptural things based on this, if you know how. You just know. That also means when you start looking for Narasimha avatar's chart or Varaha avatar, you know what to look for now. Okay. What is important? Should we also look at from Aruda Lagna? Should we do that exercise? Any graha having Digbala from Aruda?
Dare I say Moon, Saturn, and Mars?
Chandra, Shani.
Moon, Mars, Saturn. Okay. So Moon says go where? Is join Jupiter. Jupiter is
East,
northeast.
northeast,
Saturn,
is
west.
west,
Gujarat. Mars,
south.
Lanka. Done. Easy. If he goes to Lanka, he'll go to war. Was it
And-
World War? No, Ninth Lord is not a solution. Oh,
And-
Ninth Lord is maybe a small World War.
Fourth from Aruda Lagna will show you what he's supposed to manifest,
How?
isn't it?
Abhi pashyanti rikshani parshvabecha. Abhimukha.
Yeah.
Abhimukha from Aries is?
Aries is Karka.
Scorpion.
Definitely.
Scorpio.
Rashi Drishti. Does Aries have Rashi Drishti on Cancer?
Sorry.
I mean, Abhi does mean 4. That's a very nice translation. Thank you for enlightening us. But it is the Abhimukha, which is Scorpio, which will be manifesting.
Ah, of course.
So what's he manifesting?
War.
He has to achieve this, he has to do this Mars and fellow thing. Go and meet Hanuman. Have some battle.
Sorry?
Abhimukha, no?
Yeah, Abhimukha
Abhimukha.
is Scorpio.
Yeah, Abhimukha is Scorpio. So what do we say? Okay, Mars is ruler in the 7th, it's a war, but
Yes.
there is a cat over
Yes,
there.
yes, that's right. Good. What about him?
I don't know.
Moksha.
So he must go to war and give somebody moksha.
After
Yeah.
After
You throw that chakra, that's it. Everybody gets moksha.
Right.
Truly, if you're, they say that moksha comes when Vishnu throws his chakra.
Yeah.
So when he pulls out the chakra on the battlefield, that's what it implies. Ravana got moksha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ravana deserved to get moksha. Interesting.
You can see that from the chart.
Kill
In
me,
fact,
kill me,
you
kill
know why he deserved to get moksha? Yes, people say that. They say this is an odd situation. Ravana, a high priest, he's a Brahmin. Ravana is a Brahmin. Very learned in the Shastra. Went ahead and did this entire mischief. And could not be killed. Rama tried. He used his bow, he used this, he used that, all sorts of weapons, trying to cut off all those heads and everything. He could not kill him until he threw the chakra. There's a meaning to this also. Obviously, Ravana was that good of an astrologer also that he knew, I have to get moksha like this. That is weird. That is odd to think. But he's that good of an astrologer. And how did he get moksha? He deserved moksha. At that minute, when Rama became his own student, did you know this? Rama became the student of Ravana on the battlefield when Ravana sang to him. Chatata vikala jala pravaha pavitastale gale vyalam vyalam vitam bhujangatum vimalikam tamattamattamattamani nadamattamārvayam chakara chanda tandavam tanotuna shiva shivam. He taught Rama the Shiva Tandava. If your student is God, you will get moksha instantly. So this entire event of the Ramayana, it was for one purpose, to give this Rahu here moksha, this Ravana. Life is not black and white. It is one big gray area. Break.